not like, there's no like science to it. You just smell it and then you look at it and it's ready. Hey, this is Sharon and I'm gonna teach you how to make vegan spinach artichoke dip. So we are making spinach artichoke dip vegan style. This is one of my favorite dips before I went vegan, and so I just figured out how to make it vegan and it's still just as delicious. I actually bring this to parties all the time. This is a great dip for an appetizer or potluck, or if you have friends over. I'm gonna throw it together real quick and it will take like 5 minutes. This is a can of quartered artichokes that I just bought and drained. Going into the food processor, my favorite instrument in the kitchen. This is about, like if I pressed it down, about 1.5 cups of spinach, fresh baby spinach. Let's see if that looks right. It's probably enough. About 1.5 cups of spinach. First thing I do with that, before I add in any of the other stuff, is just chop up these veggies. I don't want them super pureed, so I kind of pulse the food processor just to make it into bite-sized chunks. So I've just pulsed these artichokes and baby spinach just to the point of being kind of chunky but small. And then I'm gonna mix everything else up in the bowl. I've done this before where I pureed it all in the food processor, but it just got too pureed, honestly. It was like green mush, you know. Dump this in a bowl, because it's nice to stir it up ahead of time, have it all stirred up before you put it in the baking dish. By the way, I have my oven preheating right now to 350. FYI, turn on your oven while you're doing this. Sometimes I will actually make this dish the night before and not even bake it, and then the next day I can bake it and take it to the party right before I go. So it's something you can even do ahead of time and then stick in the fridge overnight and bake the next day. I need to put in about 1/2 cup of vegan mayo. I'm using the vegan Hellmann's. I also like just mayo. So you just need something creamy to go in it. Normally, I think this would be mayo, but I'm just using vegan mayo. Obviously, this is vegan. That does not mean it is healthy or low fat. People think if you say vegan, it's healthy. That is not true. I am part plant-based whole foods eater, part junk food vegan. I think you can have a balance of being both. This is 1/3 cup of vegan Parmesan. They're shredded already. They come pre-shredded. This is the brand I like, the Follow Your Heart Parmesan shreds. There's other vegan cheeses you could use if you cannot find this brand wherever you live in the world, but I personally think it's the best one for this dip. Spice-wise, I have salt, pepper, and garlic in here. You can use fresh garlic, like minced garlic, or you can just use powdered garlic. And actually, for the sake of ease, I'm using powdered garlic in this recipe. That was 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of powdered garlic. So you just want to stir it all up so that it is completely mixed. You know, a lot of times when you go vegan, you miss the dishes that were your favorite. I loved creamy spinach artichoke dip back in the day when I was eating dairy. And for me to just say, well, I'm vegan now, I'm never going to eat it again, was kind of sad. And so instead I said, well, I'm vegan now, but I'll just eat it vegan. And I've been able to make it really easily and nicely. So once it's all mixed up together, you just put it in a nice baking casserole dish. Top it with your cheese with a Z. Here you go. This is my vegan artichoke dip. I'm actually gonna bake it now. I have the oven at 350, and usually I bake this for about 25 minutes-ish. It's really when it's golden on top and kind of bubbly on the middle. There's no like science to it. You just smell it, and then you look at it, and it's ready. All right, I'm gonna put it in the oven. I just got it out of the oven. It's pretty freaking hot. I essentially just waited to see it boiling in the creamy part and then toasty on the top. That's really my 2 parameters for taking it out. Actually, probably a good idea to let it cool, but in general, I tend to try to just eat things right away. You know, taste buds be damned, they'll grow back. So there it is. I can serve it with pita chips or sometimes with tortilla chips. These are some blue tortilla chips. Trying not to burn my mouth. It's really delicious. probably from start to end, it's maybe an hour, maybe like 45 minutes. Quite easy to do. Thank you so much for watching. You can follow me on Instagram at Persian Plant Girl. Please subscribe here on YouTube to get a new plant-based video every other Monday. And I have a website, PersianPlantGirl.com, where I post all of my recipes. I always debate being like totally myself and just like licking everything, and then like trying to be like nice and not licking stuff.